Alright, welcome back everyone to my channel. In case no one's caught on for the three people that I think are watching me, I may have missed a game or two or three or four afterwards, but I'm back now. We're gonna cover everything that's happened in the past week. This actually might work out a little better because I actually have a bigger sample size to pull from. So yeah, let's kind of get into it. Let's see. I'm gonna this where we can actually see some stuff here. Okay, so first thing, let's talk about it. Wolves after their first week are 2-3. Not the most ideal start in the world. Um, first game of the season, barely pull it out. Needed Ant to drop a 40 piece to really get it going. Second game, no one really had any offense going. Played the Pacers. Honestly, lucked our way into winning that one. I don't really think with how they played, they deserved to lose, but they found a way to win. Nuggets lost, and last night. We'll get to that. So first thing I want to talk about is the Trailblazers. So pulled the game off, won by 4 points, Ant dropped 41 points. It was an amazing game for Ant. First game of the season. Let me get to the box score here. So I took down a bunch of notes. First thing I want to mention is holy hell, that arena. I don't know if anyone was watching that game live, but the arena was so freaking smoky for that first little bit. I mean, it was, I think the whole first half, I wrote down a bunch of notes here, and I keep writing down uh, Rena super smoky. What the heck? Like super smoky. Still super smoky. Into the second quarter, still super smoky. I mean, I don't know what sort of pyrotechnics they were doing at the beginning of this game, but it could not have been fun to play in. um, so I mean, they started out the game rough. Ant was doing Ant things. I mean, look in the box score here. It didn't feel like it that Ant shot 50% across the board. I really felt like, I think he hit a good streak, is what happened. Is that he started doing really good kind of towards the end of the game and really just willed his way into a win here. I thought starting Dante at the point guard, that was an interesting lineup move. Um, did it work? Eh, it's going to be something that takes a while to really implement into this team right now. I mean, I think Dante really came into the season expecting to be just an off the bench scorer, just a killing on a 3 point line right off the bench. But last second game started into the starting point guard role where we tried to play him a little bit last year and didn't really work out. I mean, you can see here, we got 2 assists to 6 turnovers. Not a great first opening game. I thought the Timberwolves had a ton of unforced errors in this game. It just was like every other possession, it felt like you're just waiting for something stupid to happen. I mean, we got stuff like I'm sure I wrote down somewhere here. And I just have a ton of Ant love actually in this first quarter. Yeah, started the second quarter back to back turnovers on the wing. I mean, these are just like stupid turnovers. We're talking, you know, guy standing there, you throw a little lob pass. The defense of the Trailblazers, holy crap, they were just all over the place. So, I mean, I think the Timberwolves were they have this tendency to always play down to their opponent, and they definitely did in this game. I mean, the Trailblazers, I was not expecting much of anything from them. Um, but they just came out of this insane defense intensity and just were all over everybody. And I think that's the reason why Dante honestly really struggled because I don't think he was expecting to come in and just be, starting point guard a week before the season started. Um, and they were just pressuring the ever living hell out of him. So he had a couple just unforced turnovers. I mean, forced turnovers just in the backcourt and just, looked sloppy. We had a bunch of just weak passes to the wing. Um, Ant's mid range game, oh my gosh, that was looking so sexy the entire game. it was a thing I just can't get over with Ant is the fact that this guy is like every year, I'm not doing good at this thing. I'm gonna just go get amazing at 3-point shooting. I'm gonna get better at my mid range game. I'm gonna get better hand. Just comes in and does it every year. I mean, this dude is like a certified superstar. Um, and I mean, come in and drop him 41, it's just crazy on super efficient numbers. I wanted to kind of pull up his shot chart here because I just found out like 20 minutes ago that we got all this fun information on the NBA.com, so let's utilize it. Um, I don't really like these shots right here, right next to the 3-point line. Um, I wish they would say how much time was left on the clock when he hit these, but I mean, it just was crazy. He's hitting all his step backs, he's hitting his mid range. Um, I think one thing that Ant does so well is he carves up the defense, but one of the problems is he gets into this free throw line, top of the key lane, and no one knows how to move around him. Defense is always collapsing. I mean, he made some good plays out of it, but there's just so much potential for easy offense out of there. I'm curious, just looking at a quarter by quarter. Yeah, maybe it was the third quarter. I felt it was a little bit rough for him. 4 of 12 in the third quarter, which is weird because Ant's typically a fourth quarter guy or third quarter guy. He only took 4 shots in the fourth quarter. Didn't feel like that. Um, I thought everyone played pretty decently. Like I said, we had a lot of unforced turnovers, and the defense looked sloppy. Once Clark and Shannon got in, though, Clark is just so. I mean, these guys just want. They're trying to fight for the roles right now. So I thought they did a really good job when they came in, and overall, I think anyone that plays the Trailblazers really needs to, be prepared for an intense game because, I mean, I wasn't expecting it from them. They pulled out, a really good game. Um, Looking at some of these guys, Jeremy Grant coming off the bench and scoring 29. I mean, it's just so much. I mean, to have a guy that is a starting caliber person coming off the bench is so smart for this team because, yeah, you can put him in the starting lineup, and yeah, he's probably still going to score 20 some points a game, but put him against those second unit guys, I mean, he's probably going to. Just out of curiosity, let's see what has done so far. He's probably done ass. Yep. Yeah, no, he's been doing pretty good. Yeah. He's been in the high teens, low 20s. I mean, that's exactly what you want from him. But I thought Shaden Sharp looked so good out there just from the eye test, but then when I looked at the stats afterwards, he did just absolutely terrible. I mean, 5 for 20, 3 for 9, made a couple free throws, but he was just so fast out there. Eye test, not looking at the stats throughout the game, I thought he played way better than he did. But, overall, okay first game. Ant came in, though, looked great. I thought Julius, actually, let me touch on this real quick. I thought Julius had a really, really underrated game. 0 turnovers, which is ridiculous because this game I think he was on the floor 5 or 6 times. Just don't know how. Just all of a sudden, just back to the basket, now he's on the floor. So no turnovers. He had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, just 3 for 5 from a 3. Just overall, I mean, great game by Julius. You just don't really notice. And another thing I want to highlight too is Jaden getting 18. I mean, Jaden's offense this year, he's looking way more aggressive. He's looking a lot better. I thought he had a pretty decent game. And 3 blocks too. I mean, come on, you can't ask for much more from him. Nas didn't have a great game, but I'm expecting Nas to start the season off rough. In case anyone doesn't remember or know, but Nas' sister died or was killed, I think. Yeah, killed earlier, right before the season started. So, I mean, I don't blame this guy for starting out slow, starting out rough, but, just wishing the best and hopefully he can get back into it. So let's jump into the next game. I think I actually wrote the notes down on my phone for this one. So this one was a lot more rough to watch. This is, I think, one of those games where we're starting to realize that we have a lot of holes in this team that need to get filled. I mean, last year, our roster, we really struggled figure out an identity again because we swapped out Cat for Julius, and such a core part of our team just to get flipped out. And now this year, losing Nikhil, I think we kind of just relied on hoping that everything's gonna be status quo. We were good the last 2 years. Why don't we be good this year? But I mean, Nikhil really held the team together defensively, I think, as far as the guards go. But it's just going to take some time. I think you got Jalen Clark, you got Terrence Shannon Jr. They all, both those guys, and Rob, who really got the shaft this game. Those guys really got to develop, and this year might be a year where we're 6th seed, 7th seed. Maybe we're even playing for the play-in. I'm not even sure at this point after watching this team for the first week. But these guys really just got to figure out, how to play decent NBA minutes against good competition. Overall, Ant, I thought he had a pretty good game. I mean, dude, 11 for 19, 3 for 6, 6 for 9 free throws. I don't like that. I'm a big free throw guy. You should be making your free throws. If you're going to be getting to the line 9 times, you should be making 7 or 8 of them at least. 2 turnovers, 5 assists. I mean, negative 17 is horrible, but just looking purely at stats-wise, I mean, he looked good. One thing I don't like seeing, though, is seeing Rudy only get 2 shots. I mean, not that Rudy's going to be out there doing fadeaways like he did against the Nuggets, back in the playoffs 2 years ago, but he's open. They got to find a way to get him, because if they can just get it to Rudy in the paint, it's going to open up things for Ant. It's going to open up cutters. It's going to just make the offense flow so much better. And when they do find him, I mean, it's typically easy buckets, but don't get me wrong, Rudy definitely misses bunnies a lot as he's starting to get kind of on downhill. Offensively, yeah. I mean, the dude looks like he's got butterfingers every time he goes up, but I mean, defensively, he's still anchoring our defense. Let's go back over. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a couple just crazy flops. I got notes here. Still love Jalen Clark. It's purely offensive. Julius Randle, his offense is, I mean, it looks amazing so far this year. 4 for 8 from 3. I mean, let's just jump ahead real quick. I'm going to poke ahead on this. 4 for 8. 1 for 4. Nah, fine. One bad one. I'm sure the rest are probably going to be worse than I remember. 1 for 4. Okay. 2 bad games out of 5. With 4 for 7. I mean, I want Julius shooting about 4 or 5 threes a game. That should be his sweet spot. But, I mean, his offense is just looking silky smooth. I mean, he gets, a couple bad plays every once in a while. I don't like when he gets his back to the basket and he starts trying to pound guys down low. But every time he starts getting down to the post and he starts trying to, just trying to just beat up guys down the post. I mean, when the double comes, he always struggles because he doesn't pass out of it quick enough. If he can just figure, I mean, it's like Ant in the playoffs against the Thunder last year. Once he was getting doubled, he was like he didn't really know what to do with super aggressive doubles. Julius is kind of, backs in real low and then tries to jump and throw it to hopefully anybody. I thought Dante looked decent to start the game. Still not looking the greatest. He didn't have any turnovers though, so that was good. I still think that our defense, if we can't, offensively, we're doing okay. We're scoring 110, 118, 114, 114, and what did we get last night? 115. Yeah, I mean, offense is not terrible, but these defensive numbers, I mean, not looking good. Luka this game, I mean, dude, there's nothing you can do to stop Luka. This guy is just unfreaking real. 14 to 23, 5 for 12 on threes, 16 for 19 at the free throw line. Did he get a couple that he shouldn't have gotten? Yeah. Did I think it was a, poorly officiated game? Not really. I mean, they shot 11 more free throws than us, but I don't know. We also are just fouling really, really dumb fouls. It's one of the biggest problems with our defense right now is that everybody is just fouling like crazy. And I think some guys are getting the shaft. I mean, Jaden's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. He gets a lot of crap calls, but then it leads him into doing stupid things, and it kind of affects him. I think that's going to be Jaden's biggest struggle this season. If he can just get over the mental hurdle of when the shot's not falling, when he's getting these tic-tacky fouls. I mean, I think the Wolves don't get the greatest whistle. Some games, yes, there's going to be those couple games where they get an amazing whistle, but I mean, there's a couple plays where Jaden's just guarding guys and they bump into his body and they fall over. That's it. And then you see the next play, and then whoever's driving on the Wolves is just getting murdered. I mean, Ant gets fouled all the time, and I'm waiting for his game where you can, shoot 20 free throws in the game. I mean, the dude attacks the rim all the time. He still can't get, 9 free throws. That's okay, but I mean, let's look at the shot chart real quick. So, we got, what's it, 4 layups right at the basket, 1 miss right there. And he didn't get to the basket a ton as far as getting free throws go. Sorry, brain's not working. Don't count the shots if they miss them. But, I mean, yeah, he had 1 miss right at the basket, 2 kind of over there. I mean, I don't see anything that was, like, egregiously missed. I mean, you look at Luka. Ugh, dude. His money is just right here. I think Ant's slowly starting to pick that up, that he's got to get to this free throw line and then figure out his offense from there, whether it's guys cutting down, whether it's Rudy, posting up, closing his guy out to get an easy look at the basket. I mean, there's tons of offense that comes when you can penetrate into that middle. But as far as this game goes, I thought Julius had another good game. Ant played like Ant, but we're really struggling to find offense from anybody that isn't Ant or Julius. Jaden had a so-so game, 5-12, had 5 fouls. He got in foul trouble pretty early and had to get subbed out. But, I think it was just one of those games where when the guy's putting up 49 on 61% shooting and also getting almost a triple-double out of it, you're going to struggle to win. It's just nature of the NBA. This game, it's kind of makes you a little bit nervous just because LeBron wasn't even playing, but I think the Timberwolves, it's going to take them some time to figure it out. I mean, you look at last year. Last year, I think they started out 2-2 as well, but then they went on like a 7-game winning streak after that. They're going to have their struggle moments. They're going to get through it. This is a new season. It's a whole new set of challenges for them, but it's just going to be interesting to figure out how they kind of play through this. So, jumping ahead to the next game, Pacers game, I was actually at this game. I got my little Howl towel or whatever, which I thought was really fun because the guy here says one size fits Howl. And then down here it says engineered to the exact specifications of Timberwolves fans, which I thought just was, I don't know, it's super fun having a shape of the jersey. I'm super excited. If there's anything to be excited about this year, if the Wolves don't do great, it's the fact that we have new ownership that is not Glenn Taylor and actually wants to improve this team. Because one of the things that I'm sure you might have been seeing some stuff around is they changed the lighting at the Target Center. Now, you might not think that's really much of anything, but it looked so good in there with the throwback court, with the throwback jerseys. It almost looked like you're watching like a play or something. If anyone's ever been to the Target Center before, it's very bright in there. It's super lit up. You can see everybody. You can see everything. And then you go to this game on Sunday, and the whole place is dark. The court's super bright. I think I read they spent like $1.5 million on just the lighting, which is crazy. But it looked amazing. This is the game where Ant went out with hamstring tightness originally, but then it got upgraded to hamstring strain. So he played 3 minutes. There's not really much to talk about there. Cracking me up, Joe Ingles got 1 second on the, you know, box score. But yeah, I was kind of worried when Ant went out. I didn't even see him get subbed out. He was just gone. Saw he had the calf or hamstring strain, which scares the living hell out of me because everybody in the playoffs that tore their Achilles started out with a hamstring strain. And that's something that can take weeks and weeks and weeks to get better. I mean, I'm hoping they caught it early enough so that he can just, figure it out, get through it, get back on the court. But it's going to be a really interesting time because everyone's got to pick up where all the slack that's being left behind with Ant not being able to put up, 30 points a game. So it was kind of a bummer going to the first game of the season, Ant gone, but I don't want him playing on that hamstring until it's completely healed because I'd rather have them take these first month of the season, even 2 months if that's what it takes. And they're just going to have to figure out how to play without Ant. I mean, it's kind of like last year when Randall went out. He went out for, I think it was like a month. And then second he came back, they just were on fire after that. So I'm kind of hoping it forces everyone else to figure out what they're doing, figure out, how to play without Ant, how to generate some more offense when he's not in, because that's going to be the biggest determining factor of, if Randall's not scoring, if Ant's not scoring, who's going to pick up the slack? So I thought this was a really good test. One thing, I don't have any notes from this game, but one thing I'll note that the Pacers, I was shocked by how good they played without Halliburton being there. They lost Miles Turner over the summer. Who else did they have sitting? They had, I can't remember his name. Little white boy that did everything for him. He's on a fantasy team. I'll talk while I look him up. One thing I did not like from the Pacers, though, is they flopped like hell. Flopping on, every other possession. Where's this guy? I think it was Aaron Nesmith. Let me see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Aaron Nesmith. One of the guys on the Pacers. He had 3 consecutive plays where he just slipped on his, on the court. I don't know if it was just slick because it's new court or what, but it's foul after foul after foul and just was terrible officiating. And the Wolves came out. They shot 37 free throws. They're 27. I think they got a pretty good whistle. But there was a stretch. I think it was in the third quarter. It was either the third quarter or fourth quarter where the Pacers just seemed like they're getting everything. Pascal Siakam, he got 33 points. I mean, stats look good. I hated the way he played. Dude just gets back to the basket and spins and spins and spins and hopes that he gets to the hoop. And if he gets touched, it's just flail and hope for the best. It's the NBA. Everyone does that now. But his game bored the hell out of me. It was so frustrating to watch. Dude still got buckets, don't get me wrong, but it was just the same thing every time. But I thought it was crazy. When Jalen Clark was on him, he was locking him up. I thought he did a great job. I love Jalen Clark. I think he's going to be a great, defensive powerhouse, especially when he gets another year or two to develop. But I thought the Wolves did a really great job in this game. Coming back after, what were they down? Let's see. Let's go to the game charts. Never mind. They were down 5 at the biggest point. It felt like way more. I think it's because they got close near the end here because they had a couple just horrible turnovers. Yeah, they did decent. They crawled their way back after getting down in the third quarter. This is that chunk where I feel like the Pacers were getting a lot of foul calls going their way. Wolves were just really struggling, but they found their way back. I thought, Julius he played out of his mind. This is what I love to see here, though. Rudy with 18 rebounds. He should be averaging at least 10 rebounds a game and 7 shots. I think that's a perfect number for him to be at because he doesn't need to be shooting 20 shots a game. If he can shoot close to 10, you know, between 7 and 10, that's where I like him to be at because then he's a threat enough, whether it be catching lobs, whether it just be sealing guys off and getting down the court and getting easy buckets. He just needs to do something to draw attention away and force the center or whoever's playing down low on him to have to pay attention to him and not get on Ant or not get on Jaden because Jaden does a ton of just driving to the rim. I mean, this dude, I don't know how he gets to the rim sometimes. He's just so freaking lanky. And another thing that's been really interesting is that Bones Hyland's getting a lot of playing time. I'm actually really liking Bones. His defense, while not perfect, it is. You can tell he's put a lot of effort in, and I think he's going to be. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see kind of how the season progresses. But I mean, the dude's playing pretty good. I mean, he only had 5 points. He was a -1, the plus minus. Nothing too crazy here, but just from the eye test, he's looking decent. Now, could he be a trade piece on the deadline? Absolutely. But he's doing a good job right now. Dante had a decent game here. I think Dante gets, some crap sometimes from Timberwolves fans because you look at this number. He's 3 of 8. Not great. But you watch him play. He plays at such an intensity. He goes after every loose ball. I love Dante's game. Whether he scores a ton or does the most perfect stuff, every game's different, but I think Dante is such a fun player to watch because he just has that dog in him and he just fights for everything. Nas had a good game. Didn't shoot the best from 3. Had 10 rebounds though, which I like. I mean, not that the Pacers really have anybody that's a massive center that's stopping them from getting rebounds, but I thought they had a good game. I think they should have taken care of business a lot earlier. I mean, you look at the game chart again. We're up by 8 or 9 in the first quarter and slowly lost it, and then we're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then right at the end of the third quarter, we started to pick up some momentum and then carried it out. But trust me, we did almost try to lose because Mike Conley decided that he wanted to just throw away an easy pass. But I mean, same thing with this game. We just had a bunch of stupid turnovers. I mean, how many turnovers do we have? 14. Not the worst. We had the last game, just out of curiosity. 10. That's not us. 12. And 19. So, I mean, they're not the worst turnover numbers ever, but the ones that they do make, it's not like, oh, I was trying to get a really tight pass and the defender made a really great defensive play. No, it's, oh, I'm going to lob this pass to you across the court, and I hope, someone got it, and then whatever. But yeah, I thought great home opener, exciting game, good win at home, and then followed up with, I mean, it's the Nuggets. First time they beat us, I don't really count as much because Ant wasn't there, but don't get me wrong, you can't have everyone there for every game, but I mean, the real killer here in this game, I thought the Timberwolves played pretty decently until they had to actually play good defense against someone named Jamal freaking Murray. Let's look at his shot chart. So he shot 29 times, and he had what? He had 43 points on 29 shots. It's pretty darn good. But let's go to this third quarter. 7 for 12. Hit 4 threes. I mean, dude was just on fire. Wolves had no answer for him. And I don't know what it is, if it's Jaden who was trying to play a little bit less intense on him to not get as many fouls, because I think he was in foul trouble too this game. No, never mind. He wasn't even in foul trouble. I don't know what was going on. There was just terrible communication on defense, so I do remember that. There were just times where, this dude's got 3 threes in the court, and then all of a sudden, Screen happens, both guys go after the screener, and then Jamal Murray's left wide open. I just don't understand why you're not doubling off a screen, doing something to get this man from stopping him from scoring. I mean, Jokic, again, triple double. Whatever. Dude's just ridiculous. 9 of 10 shooting. I mean, what the hell? You can't even ask for a better game from him. What do we have for time? Whew, this is a long video. Alright, real quick. We're going to just hit highlights in this last game. Or last two games. Not a ton to talk about. Rob Dillingham starting to get some minutes. I think he is looking really good. I'm going to jump ahead to the next game. Because this one just all around suck. Jaden had 25. Really like seeing that. Julius, again, great game. Everyone else kind of, meh. Nah, this is a good game, 18. Let's go to the most recent game. So, I thought the Timberwolves looked like booty cheeks this game. I thought they were really going to pull it off, though, in that second half. They were making a big comeback. They got the lead down. I mean, within a point, took the lead and lost in the game winner. I mean, that game winner killed me because all you had to do is stop Austin Reeves from getting to the paint. If he got in the paint, he's getting up a good shot, and that shot was about as good as possible. I think everyone kind of just sucked off with that one. Dante didn't step up. Rudy didn't cover the screen good. Jaden just got annihilated by the screen, couldn't get over it quick enough. I thought Rob had a really good game. He had 8 points. He had 1 turnover, but he did have 5 assists, and I like the way that Rob was playing. He's quick. He's fast. He's making defenders move. He's making the defense move around. I think he just looked great. Bones had a decent game. Shannon, not the greatest. Yeah, I don't know. I think really the big question moving forward, Austin Reeves just took over this game at the last bit of it. I mean, we look at this, 9 of 24. Held him to a pretty good shooting numbers, but dude still ended up coming out and hitting the game winner on us. So I know I'm kind of rushing through these last two, but don't really want to spend a whole lot longer on this. I think for the Wolves, it's just finding the defensive identity right now, figuring out how to all work with each other, and just, what do you do when Ant's not playing? I mean, Jaden had 30 here. I thought he had a good 30-point game. 1 foul, 2 turnovers, 7 rebounds. If Jaden can get near that 10 number for rebounds, I'm always happy. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the next few weeks. I think that the Wolves can, what's their schedule looking like? We got Charlotte coming up on Saturday. I will make a video after that one, so I'm not making a 30-minute video covering everything. I think that's going to be a good win. I mean, this problem is it's Charlotte. Everyone wants to beat Charlotte because everyone thinks they can beat Charlotte. The Timberwolves are going to play down to them. I almost guarantee it. So they got to come out and, just throwing punches, right out the gate. They got to be coming out and getting a, 15, 20-point lead by half, I think. Just so that way they can feel comfortable. Same thing with the Nets. I think that's going to be another competitive game. Or they should be not a competitive game. They should blow them out. Knicks, I hope they do it good. I mean, I think the Knicks are kind of struggling themselves. They're kind of all over the place, but I don't know. I truly don't know. Let's see how these next 2 games go, and I'll give my prediction on that. But we have a pretty decent schedule coming up. We got, I think we can win out of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we could go 6-1. Could we go 2-5? Absolutely. Could we go 7-0? Maybe. But I think 6-1, 6-1, 5-2. I think that's pretty realistic. I think the Knicks is going to be a hard game, and I think these Kings games, even though I don't think the Kings are that great, they're offense of heavy, and we're struggling against good scoring players right now. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are going to carve us up. So you got to kind of hope they're going to have off nights. But, besides that, I think things are going to go good. I'm just curious to see how the rest of the team can play. I'm a big kind of takeaways from, the recent games is I think Dillingham, it's great to see him get the minutes. He needs exposure. He needs to get in there. His offense, he makes some stupid plays. So he's tiny. That he shouldn't be playing, but he also makes really good moves too. He's quick. He's fast. It's what they need right now. I mean, some of the best plays come out of Dillingham being quick to the basket, or um, Terrence Shannon Jr. making great drives to the basket. It just caused the defense to move, and that's one of the biggest things this team needs. Is because we got shooters, we got people who can make shots. We just gotta get people open for it. So, we'll see what happens, and hopefully Ant gets better. I hope Clark gets better too. I don't know why he's still out. I hope he can get back in for Saturday. Got a little bit of a stretch, but well, but yeah. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully things can kind of improve. But it's 1 week. I may be here next week, and we'll go. Well, it's only 2 weeks, but we'll figure out what happens. We'll see how everything goes, and hope for the best. So yeah, that's all I got.